Am I the asshole for yelling at my mom after she said she probably can't attend my husband's memorial? Using a throwaway username as a random one. Reddit recommended. My female 28 husband died a month ago. My heart feels like it's been ripped out of my chest, but I'm trying to get through it all. The funeral was small, in his home state. We have the memorial on Saturday, which friends, extended family are attending. My mom is very close to her siblings. I want to add that I also have a good relationship with my cousins, aunts, uncles. My reaction isn't based off some built-up anger or something. My 5-year-old cousin fell yesterday and hit his head. He had a pretty bad bruise and vomited. They went to the ER, he got checked out with a CT scan, and thankfully everything is fine internally. My aunt let the family know what was going on, and my mom was going crazy with worry. She let me know and told me to talk to my aunt. I called her and she was crying, saying how scared they all got. Mom said that she wasn't sure if she could attend my husband's memorial, depending on how my cousin's doing. I was pretty shocked. She said that my aunt and uncle are going through a lot of emotional turmoil and she's so worried about them. Now I will completely understand if my aunt's family can't make it, but I want my mother to be with me through my emotional turmoil. I admit I sort of lost it and cried, yelled at her on the phone, that I'm sorry what happened to my cousin but they're fine. My husband is dead. I'm barely holding it together and now she's telling me she can't make it. My mom said I'm overreacting and something really bad could have happened to my cousin. I hung up. She just sent me a message saying she understands I'm emotional and she'll try to make it, but I should be more understanding towards my baby cousin. I decided to post here for some unbiased opinions, if I went too far yelling at my mom. Not the asshole? I feel like her daughter should take priority over a child with 2 functioning parents. Then to gaslight you over your feelings? Damn edit. I've seemingly pissed hella people off with my use of the word gaslight? Her mother is trying to make it seem as though a child with 2 parents being injured is more important than her daughter grieving the recent death of her husband. To say her daughter is overreacting is discounting her very reasonable feelings on the situation. It's gaslighting. Look, some of you guys are getting toxic over a word. I'm not changing it. I stand firm in my use of it. I'm not responding to anyone else being toxic. Muting. Exactly that. Sorry for your cousin. As a father I know how stressful it can be, and I'm glad he's fine. But they have each other while you shouldn't be alone. You have every reason to lose it for whatever reason, and this one is particularly justified. My sincere condolences for your loss. Yes. Mom said something terrible could have happened to the cousin? Well, something irrevocably terrible happened to Op's husband and mom should definitely be there. So sad. Exactly this. JFC, the parents are beside themselves and in emotional turmoil? Over something that could have been bad but wasn't? Neither of these PPL are going to make it as parents if they get this caught up in every fall, bump and bruise. And original poster's mom is enabling this? What a fuck. Op, you are so not the asshole, and honestly, if my mom did something this heartless, I probably wouldn't talk to her for a long time. Not saying you should cut her off, just saying that's what I would do because I'd be so hurt, pissed. Also, my sincerest condolences about your husband. I can't even imagine being that heartbroken and not having my mom there to comfort me. Absolutely not the asshole. If there is ever a time that your mum absolutely needs to put her worries and other people's needs aside for you, it is now. This should have been a non-negotiable arrangement for her apart from in absolute emergencies. I don't know what support she can possibly provide to the parents of a child who is doing fine that could ever outweigh the support you need from her right now. So sorry for your loss, original poster. I hope you have people around you, mother or not. Yup. The fact that your mother considered leaving your side for what could have been is weird and tells me she likes drama. Not the asshole, and I'm so very sorry for your loss. Not the asshole, your cousin has 2 parents capable of looking after him and has also been cleared to go home from the hospital. You need her now. You need her support and comfort now more than ever. I'm sorry for your loss, X. Not the asshole. This is honestly shocking to me. You're not being unreasonable to need or expect your mother's support right now. I am a mother and I would never abandon my daughter like that. I would stand beside her and let her lean on me, both literally and figuratively. It almost seems like your mom was looking for an excuse to skip the memorial. Personally, I would never be able to forgive my mother if she did that to me. I'm sorry for the loss of your husband. And I'm sorry your mother isn't being the mom you need right now. Hugs. Not the asshole, while needs of the living come first, and I would have supported her if it was a matter of choosing between the deceased and the husband. I think Op's mom is a gaping asshole for abandoning her child, alive, suffering and in great need of support, in favor of a cousin. P.S. My condolences, original poster. It's horrible to lose a partner like that. If the cousin was in critical condition, I might understand. That's an extremely traumatic thing to deal with as a parent, and the situation can change hourly. But he's not in critical condition. He's banged up but fine. His parents are probably shaken and tired, but they're not in an active traumatic situation anymore. To anyone sane, the grieving new widow facing her husband's memorial obviously needs the support more now. Not the asshole the kid has 2 parents and get medical treatment. If your mom is so effed up that she prioritized this and doesn't attend his funeral, moving forward she can count on 0 emotional support from you. It is what is it, and what goes around comes around. Not the asshole shit if my mother skipped my spouse's memorial for no real reason. Your cousin has both parents and doctors watching out for it. I would probably distance myself from her for a while. Clearly she can't be trusted to be there for me in my time of emotional turmoil. I would go NC. The relationship would never be the same after. The love I thought my parent had for me asked and answered with a no-show. The time your kid needs you the most. And they fail you. Not the asshole at all. I'm trying to be charitable to your mom. Maybe she's having a really hard time with her son-in-law's death and doesn't know how to properly deal with it. I had a family member who was completely stoic and almost unemotional when her father died. But right after that, the old dog he owned died too, and she just lost it. Uncontrollable sobbing, freaking out, trying to resuscitate the dog, just an all-around ugly scene. All of her emotions were poured into the dog, not her dad. That being said, she's your mom, she should be there for the emotional support you absolutely need. Calling you emotional about this was out of line and rude. I'm really sorry for your loss. I hope you can keep yourself together and have other people to rely on. I completely agree with this assessment. I think it's very possible your mom feels overwhelmed and is grieving herself, and maybe feels incapable of being enough support for you right now. It might not even be in her awareness. But being there for her nephew is much easier than being there for you in this deep emotional intensity. Again, I highly doubt she's aware of this, and I doubt it's at all intentional. This doesn't excuse her behavior at all, but I really think the above poster is onto something. We all, and especially parents, feel helpless when we can't fix our loved one's pain. I'm so sorry for your loss. What an enormous void and burden for you. NTA. I'm so sorry about your husband's passing. My own mother told me she was happy my husband died after a 10-year battle with cancer. He was, quote, taking up too much of my time, unquote. That is a disgusting thing to say. I'm so sorry. I hope you're healing. Not the asshole. First let me say how sorry I am that this has happened to you. It's just like you stated. They had a big scare, but the child is fine now. And your mother should be the aunts next to you, and support you, because you are not okay, you are hurting and need love and support. Show your mother this post, and hope she will understand, because this is just plain stupid. Not going to the memorial of her daughter's husband because a cousin hit their head but is fine now. Why does she think her sister and the cousin need her more than you? Her daughter who has lost so much. I hope she will come to her senses and support you. Good luck, sweetie. Hope the memorial will be lovely and healing for you. Not the asshole, but your mom is. Something really bad could have happened. But it didn't. Baby cousin is fine. You know who had something really bad happen? You. You had something really bad happen and her excuse is BS. I'm so sorry, honey. I wish I could hug you. You deserve better than her behavior and responses. Greater than my mom said I'm overreacting and something really bad could have happened to my cousin. Something really bad did happen to your husband. And to you. Either your mother is struggling with her own grief or truly doesn't care, which if you all have good relationships is hopefully not the case. That still doesn't negate the damage her actions are causing. I'm so sorry she's not here for you now in the way that you need. Not the asshole, and I hope you have others you can lean on. I'm so sorry for your loss. My husband passed away at 34, I was 27, I am 37 now. I am sorry for your loss, original poster. I don't really think it's something anyone can understand unless they have gone through it. Your mother is being just plain horrible. Not the asshole. Also, if ever you want to talk about anything with an internet stranger, I am here. Thank you for your kindness. My husband actually was also 34, and I'm 28. Words can't express my feelings right now, but I'll get through it. My husband passed when I was 35. It was an awfully dark experience, and I never thought I'd live through it, let alone move past it. To give you a little hope, I am now 41 and engaged to be remarried, My parents didn't come to my husband's funeral, and it's one reason I now live half the country away from them. I just wanted you to know that you're not alone. Message me if you need to chat. Not the asshole. Firstly, I'm so sorry for your loss. Your mum should be prioritizing you in this situation and not a cousin who has 2 people with them already. At this moment in time, you are the one who needs your mum the most. AITA. Your own mother deciding that her sister's emotional turmoil over her child, which is fine, is more important than her own child's emotional turmoil over their spouse literally dying? Woo, Mother of the Year. I'm so sorry for your loss. Original poster. Your mother should be prioritizing you right now. This made me angry to read. Not the asshole. I fucking hate people like your mother. Not the asshole. Your husband died. You get to be upset and emotional and even shout. Of course you want your mom there. If your mom doesn't understand that, that's on her. Something terrible could have happened to your cousin, but it didn't. Something terrible did happen to you though, and she's letting you down. You're not the asshole. I'd be devastated too. Not the asshole. Your mom is being awful. I wonder, did she lose her own husband, long-term partner at some point? Or her parents recently? It's just such a ridiculous excuse. I'm wondering if the real reason is that she can't bear to relive her own grief by attending your husband's memorial. Whatever the case, she needs to suck it up and support you right now. I'm so sorry for your loss. No, both my maternal grandparents are still alive, and my parents are together. Both my parents are close to their siblings. Is your dad going to be with you at the memorial? Yes, but I'm not very close to my dad, and he and my husband didn't really get along. My sister will be there though, and she's been my biggest support through this. Not the asshole, and your mom should be ashamed of herself. Did your mom attend the funeral? She didn't. It was only me, 2 Sills, one is married, so her husband too, Bill, and my husband's cousin, who was also his best friend. Was she invited and didn't come, or not invited at all? I'm asking because if she wasn't invited to the funeral, she may be thinking her presence is not needed that much, or she isn't that important. She wasn't invited. It was only immediate family, and we had a small funeral. It was on the opposite coast, and not everyone will be willing to travel that far, and the memorial is for everyone else. Could it be she's upset because she wasn't invited? Not that that's in any way an excuse for this awful behavior, by the way. Not the asshole. I'm sorry for your loss, and sorry you were given to a mother who sees your permanent pain as being less than a bruise on your baby cousin's head. I don't think you're overreacting at all. I might feel differently if your mom had custody of your cousin, but if that boy has a caregiver, your mother should obviously go to be with her baby, because that's what moms do. It should never matter how old our children are or how far away. This exactly. I probably would have a different response if original poster's mom was the singular adult in the hot seat with regards to the cousin, but she's not. Cousin and aunt and uncle can take a backseat while mom supports her grieving daughter. She's not even asking for more than her mom's attendance. Especially since it sounds like the memorial would not be a long distance for original poster's mother to travel? It's kind of unclear if the memorial is close to original poster's mom, but even if it weren't, there would still have to be some more facts here for that to make a difference, with my opinion. Maybe if it was going to be an overnight trip and cousin only had 1 adult to watch him? Under those circumstances, I could give original poster's mom a bit more leeway, but again, not the case here.